Now you can start.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome all of you today's webinar, today's presentation about segmental and supra-segmental phonemes. Before beginning, I take this as an opportunity to extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Niruba Jayasundara, Department of Language and Communication Studies in Trincomalee campus. So, these are the my presentation content. So first we move to the introduction of this presentation. According to the David Crystal, phonology is the branch of linguistics concerned with the systematic organization of sounds in language. So phonology is the branch of linguistics that studies the systematic organization of studies in languages. Phonology is the study of vocal sounds and sound changes and their variant in a particular language. So phonology examines how sounds function within a particular language or languages, looking at patterns and rules that govern sound combination and pronunciation. So phonology, so according to the Leonard Bloomfield, phonological units are called phonemes. Phoneme is the smallest unit of sound in a language that can distinguish one word from another. So phoneme is the smallest contrastive unit in the sound system of language. Leonard Bloomfield emphasized that phonemes are the minimal sound units that serve to differentiate meaning between words. For example, in English, the words bat and pat differ by just one phoneme, b and fur. B and per. It changes the meaning of the word entirely. And there are two fundamental types in the study of phoneme. They are segmental and supra-segmental phoneme. Segmental and supra-segmental are two linguistic terms that describe different aspects of language structure and pronunciation. First we look at segmental phonemes. Segmental in the context of linguistics refers to the individual units or segments of speech sound that form the building blocks of language. These phonemes are essential because they create the building blocks of words, allowing us to construct and differentiate between different words and meaning. These segments are the smallest phonetic units that carry the meaning and can be combined to create words. And David Crystal defined it as the individual sounds of a language that can be distinguished by their phonetic properties and are typically presented by consonant and vowel. And David Crystal emphasized that segmental phonemes are the distinct sounds that form the basic unit of speech and differentiate by their specific articulatory and acoustic characteristics. So, for example, in English, p and b are segmental phonemes that distinguish a word like pat and bat. Segmental elements are responsible for the formation of words and the distinction between different sounds. For instance, the segmental features of English include the distinction between b and per sounds, which can change the meaning of words like bat and pat. These small units of sound, when combined, they create the rich tapestry of language that we use to express ourselves. Segmental phonemes are categorized in two consonant and vowels, each defined by distinct articulatory and acoustic features. So segmental features encompasses consonant and vowels, which are the primary elements of speech. Consonant are produced by obstructing or restricting the airflow in the vocal tract, while vowels are created by relatively open the vocal tract. For example, it and a. The it is a consonant produced by stopping airflow at the alveolar ridge, while the a is a vowel sound produced with an open vocal tract and the tongue positioned low and the front. Next, we look at vowels. Vowels are produced with an open vocal tract and they are characterized by the position of the tongue and the shape of the lips. So it produced with an open vocal tract, allowing the air to flow freely without significant obstruction. So in next slide, you can see vowels in IPA chart. So they are characterized by the position of the tongue and the shape of the lips. Vowels can be described on three main features like tongue high, tongue backness, and lip rounding. So according to this, vowel sound are produced with three elements. In next slide, position of lips and tongue, like lips spread, neutral, and lips round, and jaw position, and tense or relaxed mouth muscle. And in addition, above three dimensions, vowels are produced with the degrees of allied in from one vowel to another resulting diphthong. So in this chart, you can understand how to vowels are produced. And for example, the word C, it is high front unrounded vowel. And in the word cat, it is the low front unrounded vowel. And so next we look at consonant. Consonant are sounds produced with some degrees of constrictions or closure in the vocal tract. They can be classified based on three main features like place of articulation, manner of articulation, and voicing. First one is place of articulation. It refers to where in the vocal tract the constriction occurs. For example, per, the word pat, it produced with using both lips. Therefore, it is bilabial. And if, the word fat, it produced with the lower lip against the upper teeth. It is called labiodental. So the word is think. It is dental because it produced with the tongue against the teeth. And also the word tap is this sound is alveolar. It produced with tongue against the alveolar ridge. And also the word shoe, the sound sh is post-alveolar because it produced with the tongue just behind the alveolar ridge. Next one is manner of articulation. This refers to how airflow is modified by the articulators. For example, the word pattern, it is plosive stop. It followed by a burst of air. So the word sit is fricative because it partial closer creating turbulent airflow. And the chop is affricate. It is a combination of a plosive followed by a fricative. Next one is a nasal. In here, airflow passes through the nose. Next one is voicing. This refers to whether the vocal cords vibrate during the articulation of the consonant. So, b sound is the word bat voiced because vocal cords vibrate, but per the pat is voiceless. The word pat, this sound is voiceless. And for example, in English language, the word like cat consists of three distinct segments: the consonant uk and the vowel a and the consonant it. Each segment contributes to the overall meaning of the word. Altering any of these segments would result in a different word or a change in the meaning. Next, we look at these are the consonants of the International Phonetic Alphabet. And so next we look at supra-segmental phonemes. According to Peter, suprasegmental features are those aspects of speech that involves more than single consonant or vowels. They include stress, intonation, patterns, which can change the meaning of words and sentences. So, suprasegmental phonemes are crucial for conveying meaning, emotions, and emphasis in spoken language. They operate at the level of syllables, words, or entire utterances rather than individual phonetic segments. So, suprasegmental phonemes also are known as prosodic features of speech that extend over more than one sound segment. Unlike segmental phoneme, which are individual sounds like consonants and vowels, suprasegmental phonemes influences the prosody or melody of speech. They provide important cues for understanding the speaker's intent, emotion, and meaning beyond the basic sound. Without suprasegmental features, a continuous speech can also convey meaning, but often loses the effectiveness of the message being conveyed. These features are stress, intonation, tone, length, rhythm, like that. First, we look at stress. Stress is a suprasegmental feature that involves the emphasis placed on certain syllables within the words. Can be changed the meaning of words within the words or certain words within sentences. This emphasis can be changed the meaning of words and sentences and typically marked by greater loudness, higher pitch, and longer duration, like that. Stress can divide it in two ways: word stress and sentence stress. So in word stress refers to the emphasis placed on specific syllables within individual words. This can distinguish between words and it can affect the meaning and grammatical category of a word. For example, noun becoming verb, like record. In here, stress on first syllable. For example, I brought a new record. It is a noun. And second one, record. I need to record this song. In here, stress on second syllable and it become a verb. Next examples like that. Desert. In here, the Sahara is a vast desert. In here, it is a noun. And secondly, they decide to desert camp. It is a verb. So next sentence is stress. Sentence stress refers to the emphasis placed on certain words within a sentence. It helps convey the speaker's intent and highlights important information. For example, the sentence, she didn't finish her homework, can have different meaning depending on which word is stressed. You can see as example, she didn't finish her homework. In here, the stress word is she. It is implying someone else did. And also the stress word is didn't. It emphasizes that she did not finish it. And also the stress word is finish. It emphasizes that she started but did not complete. And also the word her. It implies the might have finished someone else's homework, like that. And also we can see several stress levels. They are primary stress, secondary stress, tertiary stress, and weak stress. So primary stress is the highest level of stress in a word. For example, import. In here, primary stress on the word primary stress on the first syllable, and next one is secondary stress. In here, it is a moderate level of stress, weaker than primary stress, but stronger than the weak stress. For example, photography. In here, primary stress on gra and secondary stress is on for. And next one is stress. It is a weaker form of stress than secondary stress. For example, organization. And also weak stress, it refers to a syllable that receive the least amount emphasis. For example, in banana, ba is weakly stressed. Next, each syllable can have a specific pitch patterns or levels that distinguishes its meaning from other syllables with the same segment structure. The tone is a crucial suprasegmental feature that uses variant in pitch to convey this is a tone is a crucial suprasegmental features that uses variation in pitch to convey different meaning in spoken language. And tones can be classified into several types such as high, mid, low, rising, falling, and more complex. So next slide. For example, you are in a statement in a falling pitch, you are going to stop. And also it become a rising tone and pitch. It become a question. You are going to the stop, like that. The change the tone at the end of the sentence helps listeners distinguish between a statement and questions. Another example is same in here. The tone convey different emotions on emphasis, affecting how the sentence is interpreted. Surprised, angry, like that. I can't, for example, I can't believe it. High pitch, especially on believe, like that. And also angry, I can't believe it. Lower and more forceful pitch. And also next one is intonation. Next slide. Intonation patterns can indicate questions, statements, commands, or emotions. Rising intonation at the end of a sentence typically indicates a question in English. For example, you are going to the party. You are going to the party. It is rising intonation. And you are going to the party. Falling intonation. It creates a question. You are going to the party, like that. Intonation is the variant of pitch while speaking, which can change the meaning of a sentence. Next one is rhythm. It refers to the pattern of sounds and silence in speech. Rhythm can be influenced by the stress patterns and timing of syllables within speech. Language can have stress timed or syllable timed rhythm. For next, we look at what are the differences between segmental and suprasegmental phonemes. So first one is basic unit and extend features. So segmental phonemes are the basic sound unit in speech, such as individual consonant and vowels. And also the suprasegmental phonemes, these are extended features like stress, intonation, and tone that apply over sequences of sounds. And second one is individual sounds and patterns. Segmental phonemes, they are specific sounds that can be isolated, like p, b, like that. And suprasegmental phonemes, they involve patterns that span multiple sounds, affecting how sequences of sounds are pronounced and perceived. For next one is word formation and sentence meaning. In segmental phonemes, they form the basic building blocks of words and are crucial for distinguishing between different words. Example, bat vs fat. And also suprasegmental phonemes, they add meaning and meaning to the sentences, and it influencing how statement, questions, and emotions are conveyed. And also phonetic segment and prosodic features. In segmental phonemes, focus on the phonetic segments of speech, and supra-segmental phonemes focus on prosodic features like rhythm and melody in the speech. And IPS representation and phonological patterns. Segmental phonemes represent by specific symbols in the International Phonetic Alphabet for each sound. And supra-segmental phonemes represented by diacritical mark and other notation systems indicating stress, pitch, and length like that. These are the differences between the segmental and supra-segmental phonemes. In conclusion, segmental and supra-segmental are two linguistic terms that describe different aspects of language, structure, and pronunciation. The term segmental refers to the individual units of sounds that make up words and sentences. These units, known as phonemes, include consonant, vowels, and diphthongs. They are the building blocks of language, forming the basis of our spoken and written communication. On the other hand, suprasegmental elements encompass features that extend beyond individual sounds and focus on the larger unit of speech, such as stress, intonation, and rhythm. Understanding the distinction between segmental and suprasegmental elements is crucial in analyzing and comprehending language, and by examining these components, linguistic and language learners can gain insight into how sounds, stress, and intonation work together to convey meaning. And in linguistics, it is essential to grasp the fundamental concept of segmental and suprasegmental features in order to comprehend the intricacies of language structure and communication. These two terms, segmental and suprasegmental, play a significant role in understanding the phonetic and phonological aspect of a language. So, I think you get some clear idea about the segmental and suprasegmental phoneme. So, thank you very much for joining with me. Thank you.